recently published an article which was based on a ranking of the best train station areas to live in and around Tokyo. This particular ranking focused on train stations, the areas around which offered like relatively cheap single occupancy rents, lifestyle conveniences, and easy access commutes into and out of central Tokyo for workers and students. Now, on the top 10 of this list, there was a bunch of train stations in Katsushika City, which is an area of Tokyo northeast of the central 23 wards. Now, I'm not particularly familiar with Katsushika, but the cameraman tells me that parts of the city are something of a kind of little Asakusa. So, not only a great place to live, but also perhaps an off-the-beaten track place in which to experience something of the older life in Japan. So today we're going to go there and check it out. Let's go. Now, one of the reasons these station areas in Katsushika were selected as great places to live is because of their relatively easy commutes into central districts of Tokyo, like Shinjuku, Shibuya and Tokyo Station. We're based near Shibamata Station, so we're going to see how long it takes to get to Katsushika and how much it costs. Okay, so we're at Kanamachi Station, and this station featured quite highly on the ranking, partly because it's got 3 different train lines that connect into central Tokyo. But looking around, it just looks like a sort of regular suburban train station area. But about a kilometre to the south is our little Asakusa that the cameraman told us about, the Shibamata area. So we're going to go and check that out now. This is the cafe. Well, it's kind of retro, isn't it?
昔ここは多分メインの商店街だったの。
Ah, right, so this would have been the main street back in the old days. The Shotengai, as they call it. A lot of these places have kind of become much quieter over the years nowadays. We go through here.
Shibamata 駅どうですか?
It's quiet and small, but it's got a nice atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
どこ行きますか?
We're going to go down the sando this way, like the traditional temple approach. Apparently there's a famous temple down here somewhere. So this is the little Asakusa bit we're talking about.
Please touch golden poop. We are 24 gold coated and many people had good sense to come up here. We are 24 gold.
The golden poop?
Yes, golden poop. You speak Japanese ですね。
そうあると何が
ずっと楽ですよ。ずっと楽ですよ。But because in Japanese, king, mean money and gold. Sound same in Japanese.
Right.
Luck and poop also.
Oh.
Sound same. So, short king, mean luck for money. So golden poo is good luck for money. Yes. A lot of people had a good saying to come back here. Ah! Oh, wow! A lot of golden poo.
Yes. Yeah.
400 yen とあと385円で、はい、825 yen.
Cold. Super cold.
寒そうだよね。どれ食べてる？皮食べる？
いやいいよ。
いい？
Most people will likely start their exploration of Little Asakusa from Shibamata station and come here to the Sando, the approach to the Buddhist temple Shibamata Taishaku-ten. The approach to the temple and the shops that line it are like the retro streets of Asakusa, only without the insane crowds. We were lucky enough to be here during Setsubun, the day before the beginning of spring, according to the lunar calendar sometimes observed in Japan. In the temple precincts, they held a mamimaki event, the custom of throwing roasted soybeans to drive away bad spirits and bring in good fortune. Local dignitaries, standing on a stage, lobbed packets of the beans into the crowd below.
Oh, びっくりした。
Many people eat the same number of beans as their age, which is said to bring good health. I ate all of mine, so I should probably be dead by now, unless I am in fact about 200 years old. The beans are a bit bland actually, so we bought some other treats along the Sando.
ありがとうございます。
今日は we bought some dango, 16 dango, which need to be eaten by tomorrow. It's like the rice cakes, the mochi mochi rice cake things. And sendai, miso sendai, and togarashi, classic temple style. So I think this here is the Edo-gawa, or the Edo River. So our little journey here to Katsushika and Kanamachi and Shibamata has brought us kind of like right to the edge of Tokyo essentially. And across the water there is Chiba Prefecture. So I think that's probably explains a little bit why this area, the rents in this particular area of Tokyo are relatively cheap and why it's featured so highly on this ranking of best station areas to live. We are literally on the fringes of Tokyo here, across the water, and I suspect that with the change in the name on the address, the rents would get even cheaper. But for now, this is as far as we've come. It's time to head back home.